fun, are you ready? Crypto empires rise. Since 2015, Pablo Crow's on the rise. From Bitcoin to crew, meme coins to building empires, it's what we do. Climbing the levels, reaching for the sky. Crypto knowledge we amplify. Pump fun, are you ready now? The CROSHOW's in town. Pump fun, let the rhythm flow. Crypto millions grow. Millionaire status, 2021, but we're not done, we've just begun. Sharing the wealth, spreading the cheer, the CROSHOW's here, let's make it Clear. Pump fun, are you ready now? The CROSHOW's in town. Pump fun, let the rhythm flow. Crypto millions grow. Knowledge is power, power is key. Unlock the secrets, join the spree. Crow, the future's bright. Pump it up, day and night. Pump fun, are you ready now? The CROSHOW's in town. Pump fun, let the rhythm flow. Crypto millions grow.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Pablo Crow, and like always, super bullish on crypto. Crypto set me free. Now today is going to be one of the greatest shows ever on the Crow Show. I think this one's one for the books. I think we're going to store this one for the store of value for the future. We have a great guest. I mean, I've been friends with this man for years. We've been through the trenches. We've been through the tops. We've been through the bottoms of crypto. I mean, he has his own show, his own space on Twitter. It's fantastic. And today we're going to get a little deeper into his story, because a lot of you guys just know the man is a UFC fighter that does crypto, but you don't really know what it took to go from where he was to where he went to where he is, all those things. And we're just going to talk about it. So for the next hour, you're going to learn a lot today about this man. And, you know, I know you're looking at your portfolio right now and you're panicking about Bitcoin. It's going to be all right. All right. We're going to talk a little bit about crypto. We're going to talk a little bit about the future of crypto. And we're going to talk about some history. So get excited. Get super fucking bullish. Make sure that you guys retweet the live stream on X. Retweet it. I see you fuckers on X, so retweet it. Okay, this is going to be huge. And if you're watching it on YouTube, a big shout out to my YouTube OG fans and everybody on Pump Fun. Big shout out to you guys. Let's go. Big shout out to Clark over here in Pump Fun, starting the chat over there. Let's fucking go. But let's not keep the man waiting. Except for the monkey. He's got to wait for the monkey. Check this out.
Green candles rise, a vibrant hue, breaking barriers old and new. Decentralized, a fearless stand, power shifts across the land. From ashes rise a phoenix bright, burning through the darkest night. Digital gold, a modern gleam, living the crypto dream. Trend in the air, electric night, crypto
Yeah, big shout out to 1,000 plus of you guys. And let's bring the man on the show, Mr. Ian. Now you got to tell me how to say your last name, bro. I can never say it. How do you say it?
Heinisch.
Heinisch.
Yes,
Heinisch.
sir.
Now, where's the name from, bro? Like, what's the backstory behind the last name?
It's German.
German.
Very simple. Yeah, German. I'm a mix of all European and yeah, I mean, born in Colorado though. So American, you know.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, man. You know, we all come from somewhere, and here we are. Like, I live in Utah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a house in Mexico, but I spend most of my time over here. So it's like,
dude, Utah is one of the most beautiful, underrated states in America.
Yeah. Have you been to
fade
Utah?
it. Oh, bro, I've been to Utah many times. You know, it has like one of the best mountain ranges, and then it has like Lake Powell, and I mean, bro, it has like everything, like the Grand Canyon's close there. Like, it just has everything, and everybody just is like, oh, Mormons, like it's terrible, but it's actually Salt Lake City is like Denver used to be like 20 years ago.
Yeah, it's Salt Lake is nice, bro. Like, overall, it's a good city, and all the surrounding cities around Salt Lake is great. Like, I live on the Rocky Mountains. I actually live on the side of the mountains, so I kind of stay away from the city a little bit, but within 40, 50 minutes, I'm in city center, so it's perfect for me, and I'm happy because, like, I love the view. You know, it's all that mountain view. It's amazing, especially in the snow in the winter when it's like all white, and then when I get sick of it, then I go to Mexico to a beach house. You know what I mean? And then I sit over there and it's hot as fuck. And I was like, you know what? Time to go back to the cold. And
yeah, it's a
good.
Yep.
It's a good mix. But you're in Miami, right? Like, you're living in Miami?
Yep.
So let me ask you this. How do you go from Colorado, like 6 feet of snow, to Miami?
Oh, bro, I love when it's weird when you're like born somewhere, you kind of like gravitate towards the opposite of later in life. And I just always love the beach, man. I love the ocean. I go fishing all the time. I got a boat, you know, like that's my thing, bro. Like, when I'm on the water, I'm able to like turn my mind off. I'm not focused on, you know, social media and the charts. So it's just like me and God out there, and like whoever I'm with, and we just have a good time. And I love catching good fish, eating good fish. And you know, I love the sun and sand, and now like Florida is starting to cool down, so this is like prime time where it's perfect temperature, and I don't mind the heat. I do miss the mountains, that's one thing, but Denver kind of went downhill big time, like, so it was a good time to jump ship.
Hey, man,
what up, Shane the Shilla?
Look at him, bro. You know this man's from Pulse Chain, right? Always pushing Teddy. That's how I know. He's always pushing Teddy. Always, bro. Shane is always pushing Teddy. Everywhere I see him, Teddy this, Teddy that, you know?
Yep.
Well, he's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. But how long you been in Florida?
I've been in Florida for like 6 years.
What the hell?
I actually moved to Thailand, and then right before COVID, and then COVID hit and everything shut down. So I came back. Like, I was like, we like put our house up for rent, everything. And Thailand is a beautiful place to train, especially when I was in the thick of the UFC. Like, it's so cheap out there. It's such a good quality of life, such good training partners. And you know, but when COVID hit, it kind of threw everything off whack. I moved to Vegas for a little while, trained at the PI because they never shut down. And then came down here to Florida because this is like one of the hubs for like the best gyms in the world.
Man, I love it. No, that's so cool. Like, let's start with the beginning though. Like, okay, so you're from Colorado, you moved to, you know, Florida right now, but like, at what point in your life did you start the whole UFC thing? Like, at what point?
You want to go straight into it, or should we do some crypto?
Well, I'm like blown away by I'm fucking like itching to know. But you're right. Let's talk about crypto. Fuck the guys waiting. Let's make them wait longer. See, that's what you get. Now you have to wait till the rest of the show, guys. But let's talk about it a little bit, man. Like, how do you feel about this shit right now, bro? Talk to me. How do you feel?
Dude, I'm not even sweating it right now. Like, honestly, like, portfolio is down bad. But at the same time, I'm very confident the bull market's not over, you know?
So, would you say we're 80% into the bull market, or would you say we're closer to like 95? Or what do you think?
No, I say we're like 80%. Historically, we should top out in November. I'm starting to be more in the camp of, December, even January, February, potentially March. I mean, I don't want to hold all my bags until then. I'll definitely be taking some profit, especially if we get an altcoin season eventually.
Yeah.
But gold is literally having a blow off top right now. I'm seeing like videos of like lines of people. Bitcoin historically follows that. We haven't seen a blow off top. And that makes it very tough because if we just keep stair stepping, like we pop and then we stair step, and we're not seeing this blow off top, which is very hard to predict because at some point we're going down, and it's gonna happen soon. But I don't feel we're not in euphoria. We have not seen Bitcoin top out, in my opinion. With institutions, with the Trump family in. With interest rates, I just think we're in a perfect storm to continue to go up. I think these guys are too invested. I think it's going to pop harder, and I hope we have that euphoria blow off top. That's easier to predict. That's like, okay, right?
I know what you mean. Like if we go back to 2017 and 2021, we had that blow off top. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful that when 2020 came, people were saying that you'll never get another 2017. Like we were talking on Reddit because that's the only source of communications that we had back then. And everybody was just so bearish in 2020, bro. Like they were so bearish, right? Because they thought that 2017 was just a one in a lifetime miracle. And then boom, here comes 2021 after COVID, right? Because you had COVID draining people's mentality, and then you had like the back end people saying, "Oh, I think we just got lucky that one time." So you had two negatives, right? And then what happened is, next thing you know, 2021 January comes, and then boom, starts just fucking sending, right? So, like, I'm looking at this market, like this is kind of like my analysis, and I'm thinking like, okay, are we gonna have a blow off top or not? Because last couple of cycles, we didn't have institutions like BlackRock. You know what I mean? These fuckers buy 500 million and they sell 500 million. You know what I mean? So is BlackRock and all these institutions going to contain us from having that parabolic run because they like that steady climb, like you said? Or are they just going to let the shit run? See what I'm saying? We didn't have that issue before, and now we do.
Yeah, that's the tough part, right? Like overall, BlackRock and institutions, anytime centralization comes in, it's bad. It's bad long term because they're going to manipulate it. They're going to do whatever they can to screw as many people as they can and for them to get as rich as they can. So, but in no way, shape, or form do I think we're even close. I mean, we are close to the end, but we still got some more gains to make. My prediction's 169,000, but 250 is not out of the limits, and I think somewhere in between those or around there. I like to be a little more conservative, so I got the 169. And if you look at the fib, it kind of lines up to that, and so we're definitely, in my opinion, going up a lot higher, especially from 108. Another 50,000. Even if we go to 150, like that's like the lowest range, and I think the highest we could go is 250.
I agree. Now, Tom Lee, or the Asian dude that's buying all the Ethereum, he said 250 this year. That's what he said. He believes that it's going to 250,000 this year. And I'm like, bro, like we got like 2 months and a half. Like, what are you talking about? it's so hard to like comprehend that we would go that high so quickly.
Yeah.
But we also got to keep in mind how quickly we went to $120, right? Like we got to keep it in mind because at one point we were like at 60K, then boom, we're at 100, and next thing you know, we're at 120.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it doesn't take much time for these type of moves. It's just a matter of like, is it going to happen? And are we gonna catch that parabolic run that we've been talking about for the last fucking 4 years? You know, like myself, I'll tell you me, my Bitcoin and my Ethereum, I already sold it. I don't even hold my Bitcoin and ETH anymore. I have a little bit of Crow and VeChain. I haven't even touched my VeChain yet because VeChain hasn't pumped. So I'm not gonna take any profits on that yet. There's nothing to take. It's a fuck at the bottom, right? But like for example, like people that bought in Bitcoin at 70, 80, 90,000, they have to wait to 180. They have to wait to 200K to at least double their money, right?
Yep.
But like you and I, you were probably buying when I was buying around the 17K. So we're up like a 7x on Bitcoin. It's like, well, do I want to risk my 7x or do I want to call it good for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I know you and B-Roots were buying it under 20K because I used to watch your guys' video talking about it at the same time I was talking about it. So I'm pretty sure you guys bought plenty under 20K. Fucking B-Roots. I need to get B-Roots on the show. You know that?
Yeah.
I need to get
For
B-Roots.
sure. So just looking at this chart right here, all the way from November, the Bitcoin chart, from October, we pumped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So that went from all the way from 26,000 to 74. And then we chilled for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We pumped from all the way from 50,000 all the way up to 109. Or sorry, you could just say 100. Put it 100 even. And we chilled for 1, 2, 3, 4 months. And we pumped from 73 to 124. And now we're 3 months in of consolidating. So, you know, I think next month, you know, and you see how the months got shorter, right? It was 5 months, 4 months. And now we're in month 3. So I think next month we make that move up. Now it's going to get scary because are we going to consolidate again and then pump, or is that the true top right there? And, you know, we could go from 105, 104 all the way up to, you know, 160 to 180. So that's the part that gets difficult. Most of the people in this space are in altcoins. The real play, and I sold my Bitcoin early because I went in altcoins, which was not the play. I was in Ethereum. I'm like, Ethereum's going to pump. That thing lagged like crazy. You know, that surprised everyone. The real play,
bro. It shocked us all.
The shocked us all. The real play was to hold Bitcoin all the way to the top,
all the way,
and then probably rotate into altcoins.
And even that's still skeptical, right? Because you're like, what am I gonna buy? Cardano? Like, I tried that shit already. You know, like, what am I gonna buy? If you look at the altcoins, I mean, shit, we only had BNB run. You know, BNB and Solana. Those were
Solana ran hard.
Solana went from like what $9-10 to almost $300. So, you know how people keep saying we haven't had an alt season, right? Everybody keeps saying we haven't had an alt season. Yeah. But explain to me how Solana went from $9 to $300, and how BNB went from $200 to $1,300 without an altcoin season.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. It's been very selective. I think the reason that people say that is because the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance has just been, you know, up only for the most part. It corrected hard in July, came down, and that's when we saw really BNB and ETH catch up. The things I do like about this chart right now that I think nobody's talking about, if you look on the Bitcoin dominance.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll let you share the screen. How about that?
Yeah.
I'll let you share it. Throw it on there, and then then I'll pop it up for you. That way you can explain it as you share it. There you go. All
right. So this is the monthly. Let's break it down a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go to the weekly right here. So this thing right here has just been this channel of just up only, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been just going up. Finally, we had this breakdown right here. Everybody's like, okay, we're going in altcoin season, but it just W'd out. And, you know, honestly, I thought it was going to go all the way up to 70%.
Mm-hmm.
But this breakdown was been, you know, the major run of Ethereum. I think Ethereum 2x, 2.5x broke all-time high. But what I'm liking right here is we got a gravestone doji on the weekly, one of the most bearish candles you can have. And then if you go to the monthly right here, boom, we got another gravestone doji. So we still have some time in this month, but if this candle closes like this or even lower, I think we are going down. And that would be good timing. I mean, if you had Bitcoin maybe make a leg up and it just kind of fake people out, and then in end of November, December, this thing just break down. So I was hoping we were going to break it. It kind of did for a minute, this little support right here. But, you know, it came down and wicked back up, and then we had that flash crash. So this is one of the most bearish candles that you can close in. And, you know, we still need confirmation. This thing still has to close. But I think we're on our way to finally having where when Bitcoin fully tops out, that, I mean, as you know, I made most of my money in 2021, 2022, because memes were going crazy. Bitcoin was topped out. Everybody started rotating in Ethereum, you know, BNB, Solana. But for the most part, meme coins started popping off like crazy. And Ethereum was really having its heyday back then. That's where all the memes were. And, you know, Crow pumped like crazy then. So, you know, I'm keeping my eye on this monthly candle right here. And, you know, I'm excited if this thing closes like this. And I'm thinking it'll give you a little fake pump, and Bitcoin will probably take a big move next month. And then I just want to see this break this, retest, and just come all the way down back to the 40%. So, you know, look at this right here. When do we see this? This was 2020, went into 2021, and we had a massive altcoin season right here. So, you know, if we could see this little move right here, maybe wouldn't be as big, because if you notice, each time it's been smaller and smaller. So I think this is very reasonable. This will give us 2, maybe 3 months of just parabolic meme coins. You could throw a dart at anything and get that quick 10x. So I think that's what everyone's waiting for. And I do think it's coming.
Me too, bro. Like I have a lot of USDT on the side, just waiting for that to take place. You know what to do. You know, it's like I know Bitcoin's still gonna pump some, but you know, I'm at the point in my position that I'm like, I'm good. I'm happy with what I made. So holding a stable coin and waiting to see what the fuck happens to, you know, that wick that happened a few days ago. You know, that wick that happened a few days ago, I think I had about $3,000 or $4,000 just sitting on Mexi. Dude, I leveraged with a 30x on that wick, made like 40 grand in like 3 minutes. It was the craziest shit I ever done, bro. I literally just threw it all in there, and I fucking maxed out my whole thing, like that little video that you see on the meme coins where you max it out and you just fucking go crazy. And boom, bro. I was like, holy shit, I just saw 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000. I was like, oh my God. Imagine if it was like this all the time. We would be so happy. So happy. Absolutely. But that's a once in a lifetime opportunity, bro. Like I wish I would have had like 20, 50 grand in there to really make some money, but no, never works out like that. We always have to work hard forever, you know?
It's getting harder and harder in the trenches. I mean, right now, nobody's really making money. Like if you look around Solana trenches, you know, but I mean, like even on your show, that's like the CROSHOW coin. Well, you just told me that went from 50K to 5 mil. You know, that's a lot of X's, bro. Like
that is a lot of X's.
That's a lot of X's,
especially in a Solana pump fund launch. You know what I mean? Like
for real,
it's crazy. Like if this would have been 2021, it probably would have went straight to 100 mil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. I know
Just,
it's a joke for 2021, but right now, bro, these people are jeets, especially on Solana, on B&B. Like that was crazy, bro. Like I bridged over, everything got nuked 98%, and I was just like, bro, are you serious? Like that was like a straight robbery, an Asian robbery right there.
bro, 80% all coins, all the coins, every single
one. Some of them 90.
I was like, what happened? And then that's when you know, right after that the crash happened. So first you had that dump, and then you had the crash right after that. So everybody that was on BNB in that exact moment just got wrecked.
Yeah,
like
major washout.
Washout completely.
Major washout in altcoins. So yeah, you definitely got to take profits more quick here. You got to de-risk, follow the laws of meme coins. We preach that on our show because this market goes very quick. Hype dies down. Even the XPL came out. B-Roots freaking ate that before everyone. Everyone was talking about it. I was getting dental work, so I was all drugged out. I didn't ape it. Bro, he won it like 500K market cap, went to 50 mil within 3 days. And then he aped another one, Bankless, really low when it was in like the pumped up fun of the XPL. And then it went to like 10 mil. And he I don't even know what to tell us, but he round tripped a lot of that because he was like ready, bro. He had that old school mindset. He's like, this thing's rolling, bro. This is like, we really haven't seen that since like Pepe or on Ethereum. And then we saw it a couple times with like Whiff and like that's VCs, bro. Like it's just not organic anymore. Like it's VCs, it's market makers.
Yeah.
Whiff had it, Billy. Like there was a couple meme coins on Solana that I just saw that just kept going, like Fartcoin. But Pepe really is the G and the biggest gainer of this cycle.
Yeah.
And meme coins. No, and any coin.
And it almost feels like it's last cycle because that was before the halving, That was before the next halving. So,
I know, bro.
So it might be last cycle, bro.
and that's what will happen too. And I think that will happen again to finish this cycle, especially, the end of this year, 2026. Because nobody expected it. We were in this similar market where everybody was jeeting 5Xs. $5 million market cap was it was like, all right, that's probably over 5 mil. I ain't aping that. I saw Pepe at 5 mil market cap, and I was like, I ain't aping that. That's already gone. And that thing just kept going and going and going. I mean, that would have been 1,000 plus X.
I didn't even get 5 mil. 50 million, bro. I was like even shocked anybody saw before that.
Which still would have got you a freaking hundreds of X's.
Tell me how often you look at a project at 50 mil and you're like, you know what? I should ape.
No, especially when you've seen 15 Pepes before. Like, bro, this is an old meme, and that thing that's very VC insider, but good for them. And that's why sometimes, man, you have to find it when you see magic happening, community growing, and just the memes are on fire. Sometimes you got to take that risk because there will be that coin, and I believe it'll happen again this cycle, that'll just keep going and going and going and going. It's just the perfect storm, perfect timing, perfect backing, perfect devs, and it just goes.
Bro, it's coming. It's coming. It really is coming.
It is, bro.
And the thing is, like, you have so many blockchains now, you don't know on which one. That's the shitty part. You know what I mean? It could happen on BNB. It could happen on fucking ETH. It could happen on Solana, Pulse Chain. I mean, speaking of Pulse Chain, bro, you need to break down to us what the fuck is going on Pulse Chain, because I see B-Roots and Richard fighting, and then you're in the middle of it, like, yo, whoa, what are we doing? What's going on with Pulse Chain, bro? Like, what's happening?
If you want one of the highest risk, high reward plays that I truly believe a blockchain, we have not seen a blockchain do 100x this cycle or more that I'm aware of. And you see last cycle, bro, you see that like Polygon, like all these crazy just blockchains you never heard of just start ripping. And that is a true sign of altcoin season. When you see random blockchains just start pumping like crazy, and you will see the FOMO like you've never seen. And with Pulse Chain, man, you got a guy in Richard Hart who is, this outlandish character, super rage bait, does all this Gucci, Versace, wrecks people. He's a smart dude. And he was just one of these characters that, you either hate him or love him. A lot of people called him a scammer because of Hex, but Hex did a 10,000x last cycle.
Bro.
And then, and
come on, man. What's crazy in the space? Like you do 100x and they call you a scammer. And it's like, bro, you launch a coin, give me the CA, and let's see you do 100x.
Facts,
and they shut up, bro. They shut up instantly. Like, okay, so you can't do it. So why are you even talking? This man did 10,000x. The fuck, man. Keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, this thing went to $50 billion market cap, but Richard Hart is an OG, mined Bitcoin, knows CZ, has been in this game since the beginning, and he was a Bitcoin maxi, but then he turned on them and started really just wrecking them and saying Hex is better than Bitcoin and just doing outlandish marketing. He then forks Ethereum. The biggest problem we had with Ethereum at the end of last cycle, you were paying $400, $500 a transaction, which was retarded, especially when NFTs were going crazy. But Ethereum was the thing, man. And I still believe it's still it's the second biggest crypto in the world. It still has a big part, and it hasn't really played out this cycle. It's been lagging, but I still believe it's going to have its time. And so he forks Ethereum. So you basically have a 1-for-1 copy of any coin you held in a decentralized wallet, called it the biggest airdrop. And, for me, I just look at it. It's like, if you wanted to be in Ethereum when Ethereum was brand new, this founder is a alleged billionaire. He did a quote unquote pre-sale, which we call the sacrifice for legal reasons, raised $1 billion. He put it in Ethereum, and, right now he's up on his trade. So the speculation is he's lowered the liquidity. The chart looks like ass. And even in that time, though, we've been cooking on meme coins over there. We had a meme coin hit a almost $400 million market cap. We had another meme coin that hit a $900 million market cap. We almost broke $1 billion. And if you look at the chart, it's terrible, but it just shows the power of the community, and that the trenches, right now, the trenches are pretty dead just because we need some life over there. Pulse chain needs a pulse. But Richard Hart hires 13 lawyers, Pulse comes out. We think it's just going to go, starts pumping, gets hit with the SEC, full lawsuit, dumps the chart. Richard Hart hires 13 lawyers, 2 different law firms, and he uses Trump and Elon's lawyers. Boss move, beats the SEC, actually gets dismissed by a federal judge, gets dropped. Beats the SEC, which is unheard of, very low percentage in crypto that's ever happened. So he's probably, spent $50 to $100 million just beating the SEC. And so, he kind of disappears for a while as the chart goes down. And so B Roots has been just trying to get that ego back, egg him on, bro, the bull market's almost over. Are you gonna come back? Because if this dude comes back, I promise you, the Solana bros, the BNB bros, he's gonna catch your attention because he wrecks people. He's very in your face. He rage baits a lot of people. So he has that main character energy. So I believe if he comes back streaming, he's got the funds to pump the chart ridiculously. It's such a low market cap for a layer 1, and it has low liquidity. He pulled the liquidity. He's a master of liquidity. So what he did with Hex was liquidity would get low, price would go up, liquidity gets thick, price would even out. And it was just stair-stepping and just kept going. It hit almost $50 billion market cap. Couldn't even find it on CoinMarketCap. CoinGecko was fully gate-kept by all the big boys, pissed off the crypto cartel massively. And he claimed, I don't need VCs. He said, do you know how much money I have? Do you know what I can do? And basically, it has one of the biggest cult followings. These retards will follow him to zero. And but as you see, cult community is a good quality this cycle. So you have this cult-like community. You have trenches that have potential for, in my opinion, too, any blockchain. You need the founder to push a coin to $1 billion market cap and above. And you need all the guys bragging about it because that's what brings. CZ knows that. Look what happened with Solana. Once bonk happened, everybody flew over there, and more meme coins went to billions of market cap. And that was the catalyst that brought everybody to Solana. And I believe that's why Solana pumped as hard as it did. So you got to open the casino, and he's forked pump.fun. So he's got his pump.tires, and basically he went silent, and now he's back answering the community, wrecking the community, commenting on people's stuff, building his engagement back up. And, you know, I believe he got hit with an Interpol case for tax evasion and an assault charge.
Dude, he's so crazy. Richard's crazy, bro.
So this is like crime season, bro. But I think Richard has that main character energy, and I hope if he has that like mindset that he used to have, I think he could come back and steal the show at the end of the bull market. And really, I think his blockchain can do 100x like plus. And
now,
go ahead.
What's the market cap on Pulse Chain right now?
Pulse Chain right now, let me check Dex Tools. It's stupid low, bro. Especially for like the TVL on it. And
yeah, because you saw that Tron is starting to try to make a move, right? They started trying to move. So
Tron's been pumping this whole time. Like people fade Tron. Like you look at that chart and you're just like, wow, Tron's been going. So Pulse Chain sitting at right now. And another thing too, you see all these meme coins that pump like crazy. It's because the dev had supply control.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Hart owns like 95% of this coin. It's sitting at a $224 million market cap, and it only has this is just one liquidity pair, but it's low liquidity, bro. So, you know,
that's just crazy.
If he can get Hex to 50 billion, like,
bro, I'll tell you what, the Hex community is very cult orientated, bro. Like, I remember, like, at one time I went to go show my coin in a live stream with the Hex people. Holy fuck, the entire chat came after me.
Oh yeah.
Like, whoa,
oh yeah, bro.
Whoa, I'm just here to show my coin. What the fuck? Yeah, they're serious about their stuff, bro.
They're serious, man. And so when you have a base dev that can really take over with main character energy, you know, $1 billion chilling there, under $1 billion, but it's hundreds of millions chilling there that can be used for whatever. And you have, you know, meme coins that have the potential to go to billions of dollars in market cap. And it's just basically Ethereum. It's decentralized Ethereum, except it has the speed and the gas fees of Solana. So, you know, high risk, high reward. I have conviction with it. And I see Richard starting to get more active. He comes back live streaming, bro, goes on Crypto Banner, goes on all these big shows. You are going to know what Pulse Chain is. And all of these youngsters who have never heard of Richard Hart, look him up, man. This dude's a freaking character. He'll catch your attention. And this chart could go ballistic. So that's my speculation. And if you're trying to get in something early, it's very early.
There you go, guys. Opinion. A little alpha, you know, might want to take a look at it because we haven't really seen any layer one really conquer this cycle. So
correct.
We're waiting for that to happen. And when that happens, usually utility coins will follow. And you're going to have this whole wave of just utility coins, just like, you know, kind of how we had with AI when PAL came out. And next thing you know, PAL started pumping and all these AI projects started coming out. And I think that's coming back. I think the utility thing is coming back because we're literally like so burned out with memes right now, like so burned out. Mm-hmm. Like any blockchain you go to, memes are just too much. Like you're so like overrated, right? So we need something that carry a little bit of weight. So
yeah, all I gotta say is don't be the guy who buys it when everyone's talking about it.
No.
If you want that alpha now.
We know them KOLs. We know them KOLs, right?
Oh yeah, they're selling on your face when those KOLs start talking about it.
We know the top signal, guys. We know.
And I'll be selling on theirs when they find Pulse Chain. Trust me.
But all right, let's get to your story, right? Let's get to your story. Let's go to, like, obviously, did you do any sports in high school? Like, were you athletic in high school?
Yeah, I was very athletic in high school, wrestling, football, and really dug into wrestling. You know, I was a three-time state champ. And the only reason, 2-time state champ. I took second my first year, got expelled my senior year. A couple-time national champ, All-American. You know, smashed it, but you know, got addicted to Adderall very young in my life. You know, getting in a little stupid trouble, and parents didn't know what to do. Went to the doctor. This is big pharma era. There's give them Adderall XR, and you know, I come from a long line of addiction. My father, my uncles, you know, still struggling with addiction this day. So I was instantly hooked, man. 11 years old, 12 years old, starting popping amphetamine that young, not knowing nothing, but you know. Even through all the drugs and stuff, I still was very accomplished in wrestling. And in my senior year, got expelled, had all these full ride scholarships offered to me. I finally made my way to a junior college because I was expelled. I wasn't able to go to a full ride to a D1, which I had offers to like Boston University, even got like a handwritten letter from Yale, was crushing it. And then just was a complete mess back then. Got in trouble the first day at college, just partied, wrestled, never went to school, kicked out, came back. Then I went to Canada. I heard it was beautiful over there. A girl invited me out there, and I got this job doing door-to-door sales, making $2,000 to $4,000 a week. And I was 19 years old, so I was crushing it. I was learning the ropes. I had a cool boss, and you know, I got in some trouble over there. Got expelled from Canada. Got deported.
Wait, what? You got expelled from a country?
Yeah. I got kicked out of a country and a continent by the age of 25. And I was like, all right, I got to quit some things like drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild, bro. Like you got kicked out of Canada. Aren't they supposed to be the nicest people?
Yeah. They deported me. I did 6 months in jail there and they deported me. Oh,
man. I this might be the first time I ever heard anybody say they got deported from Canada.
Yeah, bro.
All right. And then what happened?
And then, so I met these Guatemalans out there, and you know, they had some real like Mexican cartels type connections, and we were taking ecstasy, and then we were sending it back to Colorado because it was so good, so cheap. And then when I got back there, I was like, all right, it's 2008. Parents just got divorced. Parents lost everything. We're in a full depression, like housing market crash. I should have been buying Bitcoin, but instead I was getting shipments of ecstasy sent out to me, hitting the rave scene, selling. This lasted for like 8 months and eventually got set up by this girl that my boy was hanging out with. And we pulled into this Walmart parking lot. Sketchy looking dude gets in. He's all shaky. I'm like, bro, this don't feel right. I was like, drive through the McDonald's drive-through, pulls the car out, drives, boom, smashed by a car in the front, smashed by a van in the back. Cops jump out, pistol to my temple, staring at that broken Walmart sign, man. I was 19 years old. I said, there is no way I'm going to prison right now. So I posted bail and somehow went to the post office and they issued me a passport. I was like, I'm just going to go for it, see what happens. They issued me a passport, sent it to me 2 weeks. I expedited it. Hopped on a Greyhound, said goodbye to my family, hopped on a train from Chicago to New York. And then I said goodbye to my family there. And with like $1,200 that I had left in a slipper, because they stole like 30 G's, a couple thousand pills, weed, all this stuff. They just went to my apartment and ransacked it. But I found this slipper that I owe this guy like it was like $1,200. So I bought a plane ticket, JFK to Amsterdam with like a couple $100 in my pocket. I didn't know anyone. And that was the start of a big, long journey, man. Instantly got in trouble in Amsterdam right away. Bro, I was chasing an addiction, man. When you run from your problems, they continue to follow you if you don't deal with them. So eventually I ran out of money very quick. I called my cousin. He had a friend in Belgium. He said, bro, go live with him. You know, he'll put you up for a little bit till you get on your feet. Hopped on a little like Greyhound type thing, went over there. And then I got a job at an Irish pub. And that was, you know, a good job in the kitchen for about 6 months. The guy's like, where's your work visa? I'm like, oh, bro, it's in the mail. I already got approved. Don't worry about it. And about 6 months into this job, you know, life started slowing down a little. Met this crazy English guy who met this Belgian girl, and he moved back to Belgium with her. I shut down the restaurant. He shut down the bar. A group of girls came in for a bachelorette party. We ended up partying with them all night, like just drinking from behind the bar, not charging them. Kept the bar open all night. The guy looked at the footage, comes back. He's like, bro, he's like, and he printed off. I made the front page of the Vancouver Sun when I got kicked out, and he brought that like article in, and he's like, you're a criminal, get out of here. We walked him to the cash register. We're like, just pay us our money, and you'll never see us again. Boom, he pulls out our money, gives it to us. My boy, he's like, all right, mate, we'll go to England. Don't worry, I'll get us a job. And I was like, all right, let's go. So we hop on a ferry to England, and his idea of a job was us living in this apartment with no carpet, no electricity, no furniture. We basically camped in this shell, and we were painting the walls in the day. And I was like, bro, I cannot do this. So we made our way to this college town called Sheffield, and we got our job PRing, which you just basically like drink all night and get people to come in the bar, and they throw you a little cash. So I moved into student living. Life was going good. This dude was crazy. He tried to rob the club. And I was like, bro, I just met this guy. This guy has like no parents. He's just running around. He actually made it on a show called Below Deck. And we linked up when I had when I fought in England. It was full circle. But eventually, bro, I was like running out of money, and I was like, all right. I called the Guatemalans. They shipped me out some more ecstasy to England. I tried selling it there, bro. The market was so cooked. These guys are like sniffing like MCAT, like plant fertilizer, and like they only wanted to pay like $1 a pill for these nasty fake pills. And I was like, bro, and I was like stomping on people's toes, and like it was getting sketchy. So I just sold it in bulk, hopped on a plane. I heard about this place called Tenerife in the Canary Islands. And for me, it was like paradise. I showed up, you know, beautiful women, beautiful beaches. I'm walking down the beach. I walk up to this club, and they were like, I was like, look, you guys you need work. And they're like, oh, bro, you're hired right now. And I didn't know their idea of working there was getting 8 drinks when you work, 4 drinks when you get off, and you get €1 per person that you brought into the club. Bro, 3 months of this, I am full blown alcoholic, like can't even afford €30 for a cockroach infested like shared apartment with some guys. So that was the lowest point, man. I was alcoholic. I was sleeping on the beach, sleeping on park benches. Like I was homeless. It was the lowest of the low you could be. And then there was this American guy from Miami, and his dad was Colombian. He said, hey, gringo, man, like I knew him from around. I met him a couple of times. He's like, bro, I don't want to see you living like this. You got potential. Come live with us. So I moved in with these guys. They took me in like family. Still to this day, they are. And about 3 months in, we're working out. I'm getting sober. I'm feeling back to my old self. The dad sits me down. He said, hey, gringo, you want to make some real money? And I was like, yeah. He's like, Colombia, gringo. Colombia. Next thing you know, we hopped on a flight, went down to Colombia, buying kilos of cocaine, wrapping it up, swallowing a kilo, coming back. And, the first time it was like straight mule. But then he was like, yo, bro, if you save a little bit, because a kilo down there was only $900 in Cali, Colombia. Mm-hmm. And so, I was saving a little bit of my money, and then I was selling it, and I was working at the club, but I moved up to like a more fancy club. And this started happening, bro, but it was like my 4th trip in Colombia. I'm walking, and I'm by myself because me and the guy, we always split up. So it doesn't look like we're together. This dude, random guy, walks up to me, throws me, black guy, like in just street clothes. And I'm just like, who's this guy? And he's like, dame su pasaporte. I'm like, no comprende, sir. And he's like, secret police. And I grabs my passport. He's like, oh, yeah, you like Colombia, huh? Oh, yeah. Sit down. And I was like, oh, bro, what's going on? There's beautiful girl and this sketchy dude. I look at the girl. I'm like, what are we doing? And she tells me in Spanish, the X-ray. We're going to the X-ray. Oh. And I'm like, oh, my God. I got like 800 to 1,000 grams in my stomach, almost a kilo. And I'm just sweating. And all I remember is like, just don't look like you're nervous, bro. It was so hard. And I would usually like swallow. We'd have to wake up like 6 hours before the flight, swallow 10, chill, walk, eat, swallow another 10, chill. And then we would get drunk, so you forget. And plus you have all that plastic in you, so you feel gross. But I'm just sitting there just trying to not look sketched out. And we get in this big room in the Bogota airport. And I I had no idea. I thought I was looking at like 4 to 6. I was looking at like 9 to 13 in a Colombian prison. I was
Holy
cooked,
fuck.
bro. I'm watching these shows sometimes, like Banged Up Abroad, or like these border shows where they catch people. So I get in there, bro, and it's this big room, and it's like this X-ray, and then they look at me like, Senor Heinisch, tiene buen dia. Have a good day. I sign, I fingerprint, bro. This shot of adrenaline that boom hits me. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Now, when we were wrapping these kilos, we put this like special paper on at the end, and they always told me that we would pass the X-ray if we used it. And I was just thinking, like, okay, bro, like you just try. I didn't know. I was like, maybe, but maybe they're just trying to make me feel good. But it worked. And that was probably the bad thing, because then we went back and we started going to Venezuela, Aruba, and now we're getting cocky, right? We wait 3 months before. Now we're going like, I'm like, what are they going to do? X-ray me? They X-rayed me again in Venezuela, passed. And thank God, because that was a scary place too. But eventually it was like in the 10 to 12 trip range. I go into Canary Islands, and this time we were having issues finding the work in Aruba. So we stayed like an extra like 3 weeks, which might have looked sketch. And then we flew from Caracas, Venezuela, straight to Tenerife. And usually we always go to Madrid or Barcelona and then go there. And I don't know what it was. I was the only white boy on the flight, so that was probably a dead giveaway. And I was like maybe not dressed the most clean. I was like ready to go to the beach. And these guys were like, hey, come with us. They pulled me out. They've done this once before, so I'm not too sketched out. And they're like, what are you doing here? Why do you keep coming? I'm like, I'm just a rich American, bro. I have girlfriend here, girlfriend there. Like, and then they're like, all right, let me see your bank cards and stuff. And I pull my wallet out. I just had cash, like cash. And they were like, they're like, where's your money? And I'm like, I get Western Unions. And that was sketch too. But my girlfriend came, and because I didn't have a bank account. Like, I never even had a bank account this whole time.
That's fucking crazy,
I just had
bro.
cash, bro. And so the girlfriend came around, everything checked out, and they're like, all right, sorry to bother you. Now I'm just like, bro, I come here to spend money. I'm an American. Like, you can't treat me like this. Like, just starting to pull that card. And then they're like, all right, you're good to go. And we walked down to the garage where the girls parked, and the Colombian was waiting there, which was a mistake. And he met up with us. Boom! Secret police jumped on us. It was like a whole crew of them. And now I'm like, now I'm running my mouth. I'm like, my girl's crying. Like, it was such a bad situation. I was like, I thought I was going to pass the X-ray, but this time it's an old school airport. Tenerife is not like very updated. It's almost like next to Morocco. And they had to take us to the hospital to X-ray us. And that hospital X-ray was stronger. And when they X-rayed it, bro, like, barely see a little thing. And the girl, and the police are looking at it, they're like, sorry, we don't see anything. And I was like, this is bull crap. My girlfriend's crying. Like I all this stuff. And then the main doctor sits down. She's like, tú tienes drogas bolsas de droga en tu intestino. ¿Qué es? Like heroin? Is it coke? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no. And she's like, no, it's for sure. Boom, handcuffs. They throw me in prison for 1 year, man. 1 year I sat there, and I didn't have a court date or nothing. And they're like, hey, you want to reach out to the U.S. Embassy? And I was like, no, I'm good. Because I was on the run for felony warrants. I did not want them to know I was there. And, it was kind of one of those things, man. Like, at that time, that was the worst thing that could ever happen to me, man. But now looking back, that was the best thing that could ever happen to me, because it contained me. I really slowed down, bro. And I was just like living this like drug chasing, like empty life of just filling myself with everything the world had. And, I had two choices in there. I could be a junkie in there. They'll give you pills, and there's heroin, all this stuff. Or I was like, no, man, like, I'm not supposed to be here. This is not like my people. So then I started to feel God start to speak in my life. And he's like, you're going to be UFC champion. You're going to proclaim my name to the world. And so I just started training, bro. My whole motto was every day train mind, body, and spirit. So it was like reading the Bible. I was reading books. I was training every day. They had a kickboxing program in there. They had this wrestling program called Lucha Canaria. And it was basically in a gladiator pit of sand. And you wear this like gi type thing, and you go shoulder to shoulder. You grab their gi, and then it's best out of 3 takedowns. And the father of in there was locked up for a bunch of kilos, but his son actually made it to the UFC and was the best to ever do Lucha Canaria. So I couldn't have had a better coach. So I was just learning, bro. I beat a team from the outside that was a professional team. And then I did it again. I was in their newspaper, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this wrestling thing. The president of the Federation of Lucha Canaria writes the warden a letter and says, we want to sign this guy. I was like, oh, bro, this is my new career. I was like, they're making pretty decent money. I was like, that's what's up. Bro, the lady comes in, throws a bag in my face one day, and she's like, pack your stuff. You're out of here in 30 minutes, because they were like real racist like that. They don't want like a foreigner winning in their sport. So I'm packing my bag. I'm so pissed. I'm just hucking chairs off the balcony because I was on the second floor in the cell. I was so mad because I had my girlfriend there, which she left me eventually. But I had somebody bringing me contacts, which like I had terrible vision. And like I had my boys sometimes putting money on my books. But they were taking me away from all that. So they took me to the airport, bro. It was like the movies, Con Air, like this gangster police unit, whatever they were, ski masks. Like they made us like stand down, like dig their fingers in my mouth, take our shoelaces off. They chartered a regular plane because they didn't have like a police plane. But like, bro, like if you lifted your head up just to look around, wham, they'd smack you. And like I'm on the plane with like 70 like murderers, rapists, terrorists, like the craziest like drug lords. And they ship me to the north of Spain. And eventually I make my way up to this place called Leon. And, they had a boxing program. So I got right into boxing, man. And I had an issue. Some guy tried to like step on me and take my like chicken first day, bro. Boom, blasted him. Went and got 2 months or 2 weeks in isolation. And like, bro, like 9 days into this isolation, I'm losing my mind. Like I'm freaking out. No human contact at all. Counting the cracks in my room, like rolling up my bed, like just having this like crazy, like freak out moment. And finally, bro, I just break down. I'm like, God, I need you, man. And the only thing I had was a Bible in Spanish. And I didn't read Spanish. I spoke a little bit, but that scripture language terminology is very difficult. Finally, I was like, God, if you're real. And I just opened it, bro, and just started reading it like it was my first language. And this peace that came upon me that I had like never truly experienced before, man. But you think that would have gave me enough encouragement to, turn to God and change my life. But I still was stubborn. After 2.5 years, I signed a paper. I wouldn't come back to Spain for 5 years. They cut my sentence by 1/4. And so they expelled me from Europe. And I thought it was just Spain, but it was a 5-year suspension from all the EU. And then they put me on this.
Man.
So they put me on this plane, bro. And, I'm like locked up in the airport. And then they take me to the gate, take the handcuffs off, give my passport to the flight attendant, put me on a plane. And I was like, man, I'm a free man. I was probably such a weirdo on that flight. I'm like walking around, talking to people, like feels so good. I'm free. But I knew when I was landing in New York, because that's where they sent me, I was probably getting locked up because I was on the run for felony warrants. So I land in New York. All these things are going through my head. I'm like, man, maybe I just try to run. And I was like, no, after 9/11, that's not smart. And then I scanned my passport, and they're like, sir, how long you been out the country? And I was like, a while. And they're like, what's a while? I was like, 5 years. And they're like, yeah, come with us. It like lit up red. And then they questioned me, and I sat in the jail and in the airport for 3 days. Then they moved me to Jamaica Queens jailhouse. I sat there for the weekend, which was disgusting. I had this jacket, bro, and it was just like crackheads and pimps and just like everything, like heroin addicts just coming in. And it was just like a revolving door. And I would be like, officer, what am I doing? Like, can I go? And they're like, shut up. You're a different case. Finally, they sit me down, and the public defender comes in. She's like, you need to go to protective custody. You're going to Rikers Island, and you need to go to protective custody. And I was just like, I didn't know what Rikers was, but I was like, you throw me at the wolves, I'll lead the pack. I just did 2.5 years in prison. Like I was just like in prison shape, bro. And all I've been doing was training. So they take me and they drive me across this bridge. And I'm looking around, I'm like, bro, this is really an island. I was like, this is crazy fence after fence. And we get in there, bro. And it's just this like dark feeling and like screaming all around and guards, like literally like the guards would be dragging someone down the hall and they'd make you go face against the wall. And the guard would come up to me and scream as loud as he could in my ear. And it was just like, what is going on? And finally, I make it to my cell block. I'm in maximum security because I was a fugitive. And that was probably the hardest, month of my life, especially in prison. I was getting rushed every day by like this, that, and I was training in my cell, and I had the Spanish, which saved my life, because I was able to speak to these guys. Like, if you need to hook up at Colombia, I got you. And finally, like the first day, you like rolling with your lunch, and literally there's 2 gangs. I'm not even gonna mention them, but luckily the one that spoke Spanish was like, "Yo, gringo, come." And I sat with them, and I became cool with them, and luckily that happened. And then later I had an implication with the other one, because bro, they treated you like an animal. Like, I would see like the opposite gang come in, and they would stomp him out, and the guards would be sitting there eating a sandwich. The guards would come in and be like, "What up, blood? What up?" to the freaking to the inmates. So they were boys on the streets. And I mean, that is just a terror. If you ever see the Khalif Broder documentary by Jay-Z, like, it is a bad place, bro. That place needs to get shut down. So I mean, I'm seeing this dude like bleed out, dying, get soccer kicked, just sitting there. And eventually, man, I got into this altercation with these guys, and then the Spanish guys saved me, the Latins saved me, and but they came up to me and they were like, "Hey, gringo, you got an SOS on you." And I'm like, "What's that?" And they're like, "Stab on sight. Like, you got to go to protect custody. You ain't no punk, bro, but you're not one of us, so we can't protect you anymore. Like, you got to go." So I call the guard out, and I'm like, guard, I got to go, man. I was like, "These guys are going to kill me in the morning. Move me out right now." I had all my stuff packed. He was like, "F you, white boy." Slammed that door in my face, bro. I knew he was going to open the cell to get me rushed in the morning, because I seen it before. And man, I stayed up all night praying. I was just like, bro, here we go. Like, I was like making armor with the sheets, because I knew they were just going to come with knives, because I had seen all their nasty shanks they were making. And 1 hour before that door opened, the door comes flying open. I'm doing all this suboxone with this guy named Fingers, one of the gang leaders, because he was missing fingers. And I'm all tweaked out, and they're like, "Heinisch," and I'm like, "What? Who are you?" And they're like, "U.S. Marshal, we're taking you." And I was just like, "Thank you, God." It was one of many. It was like one of many times that God had saved my life again. And then came the transportation. The U.S. Marshal handcuffed me like this for 11 days while they drove around in circles. We literally went from New York to Pennsylvania to Vermont, back to New York. 48 hours later, bro, I'm sitting like this. Like, are you serious? We're back in New York? And it was February in New York and the East Coast, and the heater was broken in the back. So at night, we would just shiver and we couldn't sleep. So I stayed up for 11 days straight, just driving in circles. And then if you had to pee, they had to stop at a jail. They couldn't stop at like a gas station for you. So they'd only let us go pee every 6 hours. So I stopped drinking water, because one time I had to go pee, and they said that if I kept bothering them, they would cut my food off, which all they fed us was fast food. So he bounced this Gatorade bottle off my head, and I had to like piss all over myself. Like, it was just like treated like an animal, bro. Finally, I made my way to Jefferson County, 2014. My mother came and bailed me out. I was a free man for the first time in like 2.5 years, bro. And I knew the common denominator was drinking. So I had to stay away from drinking. I had to continue my relationship with God. And I found this gym, and I just started training. And I had 4 amateur fights. I went 4-0, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. And then I went 8-0 as a professional. And then I made it to this fight. I was fighting for the belt in LFA. They said, I was fighting actually for this belt right here. They said, you win this fight, you go to the UFC. If you lose, you're in the back of the line. Everything I had been working for and preparing for the past 2.5 years was it was actually a year after that. So about 3.5 years was all led up to that moment. Well, 1 year before I had fought that fight, I tore my knee right before another fight. So I had to take some time off. I went to the doctor, and they gave me 40 Percocets. Instantly hooked, bro. Next thing you know, I'm taking Oxy. I'm smoking it. I had 3 friends die. I had another friend die from heroin because he switched over to heroin. So it was just like a big outbreak in my area. And I'm completely hooked, bro. And I go into this fight that I'm supposed to win, and I lose in the first round. I get submitted. And it was like, man, if you're not living right outside of the octagon, it always shows in the octagon. And at this point, bro, I'm just broken. I went to one church, and all they were doing was asking for money early when I got out of prison. And I was like, I don't need church, bro. I got my relationship with God. And it was like this devil was lying to me. Like, You don't need that, bro. You just focus on you and your relationship with God. But then I met Nate Marquardt, a UFC legend, and he started inviting me to Bible studies. And I was going there, and it wasn't doing much change, but I was surrounded by good people. So I went on this camping trip after I lost this fight. And the first loss is always the worst. It stings the most. Like, you don't even know how to handle it. I was so mad. And I was on this camping trip. I chopped wood till my hands bled. I took my buddy on this hike. We summited the mountain, and it was like 60-mile-an-hour winds, freezing cold. And I kept hiking for another hour and a half till we found this like abandoned cabin. And luckily we found that, because like he was on the verge of hypothermia, and I was just ready to die. Like, I just wanted pain, bro. And finally we made it back to the camp, and we passed out for like 14 hours after that hike. And we woke up, and my boy was like, bro, like let's open this Bible study, man. And I was just like, dude, I don't even want it, man. And he's like, come on, bro, let's just check it out. And we opened it, and it basically said, you're not saved. Like, you don't really have faith. And at first I was offended, and then it hit me. I was like, bro, I'm like doing drugs. I thought I was born to just be a drug addict. Like, there was nothing I could do to break out of being a drug addict. And I was like, this is my life. And I feel like the devil was just telling me that. And I was like, I am a hypocrite. There's no power, no evidence of God in my life. I'm hooking up with chicks, I'm doing drugs, and I'm going to these Bible studies. And I'm just like, at that moment, it just hit me like a ton of bricks, bro. At that moment, I was like, God, take my life, or I'm going to take it, because I don't want it anymore, because I can't control anything. And I'm just a drug addict when I try to do it. And bro, this power came upon me, this like freedom, like chains were broken. And the next week I went to this church service, and it was a baptism call, and it was like so deeply pulling on my heart. And I went right up there. I felt like when I walked in that water, it was black. And when I walked out, when I walked in the water, it was clear. When I walked out, it was black. And I felt like God was like, there's your addiction and your sin dead. At that moment, I was broke, living in my buddy's basement, not in the UFC, and was just a freaking total loser and addicted to drugs. 1 year after that, I had broken to the UFC, broken to the top 10 in the UFC, was on a 3-fight knockout win streak. And I met my wife, married my wife, bought a house, and I was a tax-paying citizen for the first time in my life. And more importantly, I was off drugs for the first time. And
that's crazy. Like, how old were you when you started paying taxes? How old were you?
29.
29. Oh shit. So let me ask you this. Like, okay, so you entered the top 10, you bought a house, you started paying taxes. What came next?
Yeah, so not to say when you like give your life to the Lord, it's going to be sunshine and rainbows. That's not true. But now when I go through these trials and tribulations, I have like my like a father figure with me, and a mentor, and the Holy Spirit. And so I went in the UFC, climbed the ranks incredibly fast, like taking short notice fight, went on a 3-fight win streak. Now I'm ranked number 9 in the world. I fought Derek Brunson. I lost a very close fight. I fought Amavov, who knocked out Israel Adesanya. And I fought, that's when I was like, okay, I lost 2 in a row. And I was like, dude, I got to change something up. And I started having these really bad skin issues. Like, I was like getting this folliculitis, and then it would break out, and then it would turn into staph. And the doctors would give me antibiotic. I took like 8 rounds of antibiotics that year. My stomach was wrecked, and my cardio started to decline. And I needed to get away from the gym that I was in and get a fresh start. And luckily, I met my wife, because I literally had blood in my stool for a year, bro. Like, my health was in a terrible place. And when I met my wife, she was a nurse for functional medicine, and they took my labs, and they're like, you're anemic in iron, you have Hashimoto thyroid, you have ulcerated colitis, like all this stuff. I was like freaking out. I was like, I'm dying, and I'm like 33 or like 31 at that time. And so I completely changed my diet, started doing some things. But unfortunately, I didn't realize the main issue was I had like mold in my stomach from the moldy prison cells and candida. And I'm actually just finding that out now. And unfortunately, I fought some of the toughest guys in the world. I then knocked out Gerald Mearshart. Then I fought Kelvin Gastelum, lost a very close decision. And then I fought, one of the number 2 guy in the world. I forget his Nazarene or whatever. and I lost that fight. First time I ever got TKO'd. I didn't get knocked out or anything, but my cardio was just down. And that wasn't an issue. I was going to fix it and figure it out. But I went to the gym after I took a good knee. I threw an overhand. I got switch knee to the face. Didn't get dropped or anything, but I had like 9 stitches, and something about that adrenaline would protect you in the fight. Went to a gym when I moved down here to Florida, took a good head kick, sat me down, and bro, I had concussion symptoms for a year and a half. Anxiety, like I've never had anxiety. I had anxiety through the roof, confusion, slurred words, headaches every day. Like, and I was like, okay, this has happened before, 2 or 3 weeks. It goes away. It just kept coming, bro. And there was just like this voice, like, you're being a pussy, bro. Go to the gym and train. What's wrong with you? And I'll go to the gym. I'll try to train. I'll get hit in the head again. It'd get worse. Finally, I was driving to the gym one day, and I passed the turn, and I passed the next turn. And I thought I was in Colorado, and I freaked out and had a nervous breakdown, called my wife. And at that moment, I was like, I don't even care about fighting anymore. And in this time, I dabbled in AMC stock and Dogecoin, and I was smashing it. And that was like a little bit of extra money. I used my AMC money to actually put a down payment for my house in Florida. And at that time, bro, like it was a really dark time. I literally would come to this computer right here, work for 15 minutes, go lay on the couch, take deep breaths. And I was like, I don't know if I want to fight anymore. This was before I told the UFC. And then I was like, I heard about these stem cells where they put stem cells in your brain stem and it can heal your brain. And I jumped on this Twitter space. I saw this meme coin was paying all these fighters. And I jumped on this Twitter space. I was supposed to fight Sam Alvey. And I was like, bro, no disrespect to Sam Alvey. He's crushing it in karate combat. But I was like, this is a great fight for me. I'm fighting killers, top 10 killers, like legends. And now I'm like, get to fight Sam Alvey, who's on like a 4 losing streak. I'm like, this is going to be a highlight reel. Let's get this done. I need to get these stem cells. And so I get on this thing, and I had to pull out of that fight because of my concussion, and I had to take more time. So I get on this Twitter space. I was like, bro, I just spent $10K on this fight camp. I'm not even going to be able to fight. It was a great fight with Sam Alvey. And I'm just telling him, I'm like, I could get this stem cell treatment. It's 30 G's, but I would be strapped, and it's not even a guarantee. Bro, they called me after. They were like, send your Ethereum wallet. They sent me 10 ETH when it was 3K. I was in shock, bro. I was at Toyota getting an oil change. I hit my knees. I was like, thank you, God. I was like, this is crazy.
Crypto.
Called the freaking stem cell place. Hey, I got 30 G's in Ethereum. Great. We take Ethereum. Boom. Sent it right over to him. Next thing you know, I'm on a flight to Tijuana. And I was just like, at that moment, and I'm sitting here in Tijuana. Chael Sonnen gets on the freaking Twitter space. Freaking MRI breaks hundreds of millions of dollars market cap. I think I went to 280 million, and I made killer money on that. And that's when I found Volt, and that's when I met you.
Yep.
So then I met Jake Gagan, and then I met B Roots, and unfortunately, that was the top. I learned a lot about crypto that night. We were with Dana White. Every fighter was sponsored. So what this meme coin had a 15 and 15 tax, kind of like Volt. It was tax season. I hope there's another tax season, bro.
Man, I miss tax season, bro.
Tax season does cool stuff. A lot of devs will farm it, but bro, if you have a good dev, they can make that chart pump, and they can do amazing things with it. So MRI gave away like almost $3 million to fighters. They were doubling fighters' purses. They were doing a giveaway. Or like a fight of the night giveaway picked by the Telegram and the community, 50 G's in Ethereum, bro. Like, boom. They doubled the UFC's giveaway, and it was picked by then. Crypto.com flipped out, called it a scam. They actually should have just listed it, but it was such a big tax token. And I mean, honestly, probably a logistic-wise, like legally, that would have been tough. But it would have been so based, bro, because it was helping so many fighters. And then that was the top that night, but I met Jake and got introduced to Volt Inu, and that smashed it too. Volt Inu went to like $500 million. And we were just smashing it at that time, bro. Tax tokens. They had like 15 tax, but they're pumping the chart. They're paying for exchanges. They're paying for marketing. And like the charts just kept going up, bro.
Yeah.
And,
bro, that was such a good time. I remember your sponsorship on MRI. I remember that. I remember when when you guys when there was like 5 fighters from UFC that were sponsored
Yeah,
by
Gilbert
that
Burns,
Gilbert, and there was the
yeah.
other guy that wore the hat, like the Canadian raccoon hat. I can't remember his name, but he had like a raccoon hat. You know who I'm talking about? I can't remember his name. But yeah,
go ahead.
There was quite a few of you guys, and it was so cool. I remember I had a show, and I probably still have it on my YouTube with all of you guys on the live stream, and we're just talking about crypto. And a few of you guys were kind of like awkward because you were new to crypto, so it was great. It was funny, man. It was great, good times.
It was funny, man.
And those were the days where even myself, I'd be like, somebody would call me up and be like, I'd be like 10 ETH, and they'd be like, there you go. And like everybody would just pay everybody 5, 10 ETH, like nothing.
Like nothing, bro.
It was like, I remember having a public wallet and there'd be ETH going into the wallet, and I'd be like, where the fuck is this ETH coming from? Like I wouldn't even know where it was coming from. And fuck, man, I miss those days. Now we got a depth like, well, 0 tax,
bundle the
100
million in volume.
The community don't want to pitch in.
Yeah, the fake AI marketing or market makers, bro. That's such a red flag when it's like a 3 mil market cap and there's like 20 million in volume. Like that volume should be going to like you want to market make and wreck everyone like that. There should put a tax on that. And if the dev's legit, bro, like Voltoshi, bro, he smashed it, bro, and he grinded for the community, bro. 100 exchanges listed on, was on like NASDAQ, like anything. Like this dude had energy drinks, banners up.
Bro, we had buses, everything, bro.
Like everything, and so yeah. So at this time, bro, I'm starting to smash it in crypto. Thank God, man, because I was gonna, I didn't know what I was gonna do, and I had this brain injury, man. And finally, like when I had that car incident when I was driving, I told my wife, I was like, I'm done. Like this is scary. Like, I don't know if I'm coming back. And so I called the UFC. I was like, hey, cut me. And they're like, what do you mean? You're top 10. And they're like, you just lost a fight. Like, why do you want us to cut you? I was like, I am messed up. And they like freaked out. I remember they were like, whoa, we need to talk to this person. The lawyer called me, Hunter Campbell, and he called me and he's like, bro, like, we want to help you out. They sent me to a doctor and they're like, look, we're going to keep you on the roster. We'll mark you as retired. And if you feel better ever, you can come back. So 3 treatments later, probably over $100,000 in treatments, man. And really figuring out I needed to detox parasites, mold, and candida, which is really hard to do. Bro, like finally, bro, I'm like 95%. But it was like heartbreaking, bro, because I wasn't even able to train grappling, like and like it was like devastating, man. Like I felt like a part of me died, man, but luckily my identity was in Christ, and it wasn't being a fighter, and that's what helped me, dude, because a lot of these fighters, man, they commit suicide, they go down drugs and alcohol, they're killing themselves all the time because their identity as a fighter, when you take that away from them, they feel like there's nothing left. And, luckily God kind of pivoted me into this. I had great mentors like you, B Roots, Jake Gagan. So like, I just like picked the game up quick. That's all I did was study like trenches. There was the only thing I could do, because if I would go out and try to conversate or drive for too long, my brain would overload. I would literally have to pull the car over, close my eyes, and take deep breaths for like 15 minutes to reset my brain, bro. And it was a scary time, and my brain continued to get better. And that's why, dude, now I feel like I'm so blessed, because now I'm president and part owner of BKFC Ice Wars. And we just had our event last weekend. We had Trump Jr. the third. So Don Jr.'s son came, Colby Covington, Eddie Alvarez. We had Tito Ortiz there. And it was just a freaking electric night, bro. We got hundreds of thousands of people watching live, and we got millions of views. It went viral all over Instagram. And now we're getting big money backing, and we're backed by Bare Knuckle Boxing, who's owned by Conor McGregor. And the Trump said it was cooler for them to go to that than the UFC. And they want to make it like their thing, like for the young kids. So we're getting the young kids. We're getting a $60 billion industry of the hockey crowd. So now I have my connection to combat sports, and now I'm feeling better to be able to train. I want to be able to train jiu-jitsu again. I've been hitting mitts strength and conditioning. I did a triathlon. But now, man, it's just like God just continues to open doors for me. And I hope he gives us one more golden bull market. I don't want to sound greedy with it, God. I don't want to sound greedy with it, but please help.
We need it. We need it.
Oh, man, if he could give us one more. Because, dude, I really think we're cooked after this in crypto. I think it's going to be like it's going to be like a stock market. It's going to be
boring, bro.
It's going to be boring, bro. And like I missed a lot of the Solana thing. I faded it and not faded it. I was just like, dude, everything has such low liquidity. And like I would like be like up a 10x and I'd be like, oh, we're cooking. I go to the bathroom, I come back, bro. My bag's at 0. And I'm like, dude, because we're ETH bros. Like we're not used to that. Like we're used to quick pumps, but like it used to at least last a week.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like a week or two. Like, but these pumps are like less than a couple minutes sometimes. So, you weren't able to get the big gains over there, but. Dude, I really think I pray Richard Hart. I hope you get in the Pulse Chain trenches, bro. Because if we get coins going, if we get a Solana meme coin run and Pulse Chain does 100 or even a 50x at any layer 1, which bro, all he has to do is inject 50, 80 million with this low liquidity, and the chart does 100x. And
bro, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
Bag. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Could we ever get Richard on the show?
Oh, man. I would love that. We need Richard Hart at Richard Hart community. I know you're there. And he's responding to people. You know what he said? He goes, I asked him personally, will you stream again? He goes, maybe, but I only have 150 YouTube followers, and that doesn't make me feel baller or subscribers. And I'm like, bro, you can stream on Twitter now. Like X is where you stream. Like, bro, where you been? Update your worldview. Bro, if he comes back streaming, we would definitely need to get him on the Crypto King show, the Pablo Crow show. He needs to go on like Crypto Banner, Kyle Chast, Martini guy, and do his thing. Mario, like he needs to make his rounds, bro, because I feel like if he came back old Richard, just like hardcore wreck. I remember when he wrecked Peter Schiff. Honestly, Peter Schiff is looking a lot smarter than him right now. But when he was just on those shows, he's got that charisma where the Solana bros will be like, our new leader is here. Like, I feel like they would love this guy, especially if he came back in full form. So we'll see what happens, man. And either way, I feel like God's got us. And, you've made good money, bro, and you've taken good profit. And, sometimes you got to be humble with it. We always want more, but we both live really good lives. And I just want my community to smash it, bro, because we've been so convicted and we've smashed it so hard this bull cycle. But if we get this freaking massive run up on Pulse Chain, bro, a lot of good people are going to make a lot of good money. And I think
they should.
Yes, and they should.
The conviction is big, man. They've been holding for a long time. They deserve
3 years.
A run.
Yes.
B-Roots deserves it. He deserves it.
Yes, bro. And I mean, B-Roots is fine, man. Like he's literally retired from Shiv and just consistently hits bangers. But like if he gets it, he's getting like straight generational wealth because his bag is crazy.
Yeah.
But give us like that Polygon run, bro. Like I'll show you this chart, dude, because this is the type. This is what I see, bro. Because remember Polygon, everyone was calling it a scam and
my Power, you remember my buddy Power? He was one of the first Polygon investors, and that fucker killed it in Polygon. I never bought Polygon. I was heavily invested in Crow, but like Polygon's run was beautiful, man.
And Crow's run was beautiful too. Yeah. But just for the new guys here, like look at this, bro. And these guys, keep in mind, they didn't get hit with the SEC. But keep in mind, bro, like this thing was just like called a scam. The team's dumping. It's over. Like, look at this. Creates a lower low. Like, look at this. This thing came back like all the way down to like not even a penny. And then look, bro. And this is a monthly chart. Look at this.
Look at that.
One month.
Look how crazy.
Look at this. Look at this. 3 months. Oh my gosh. 4 months. Oh my!
Man,
Like,
it's crazy.
bro,
Yeah,
look
it
at
was
this whip.
nuts. Look at all the
Oh
way to the
my
top, bro. Look
God.
at that. And that is wild,
So
man.
that's a 300x in basically 1, 2, 3, 4 months. So this is how fast it happens in crypto, people. This is how people make life-changing money.
Look
in
at all
crypto.
those zeros that it killed, bro. It had 3 zeros or some shit, like
Yeah, it was 2 zeros and went all the way up to
250, huh?
just under $3.
Man,
So
that's
I mean 350x, in 4 months. And I mean, unfortunately though, and look, it wasn't 2021, but this happened in May, and then blow off top came right here in December. So
yeah.
the timing of this market is weird, and that's why everybody was getting frustrated with Richard Hart, because it's like, bro, we should at least be creating floors right now, and then.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think he believes in the extended cycle. I think
I'm about to round trip VeChain for another 4 years, bro.
what's VeChain been up to, bro?
Did VeChain all-time low in the bear market? Here, pull it up. I'll show you. Okay. All-time low, bro, was literally like 1.4 pennies, right?
What's the ticker? VET?
Yeah, VET. You might have to type it because there's probably a lot of those tickers.
Yeah, there is. Hold on. Let me see.
Should be V. Look at all those.
Venezuela.
Jesus.
Vanguard. Wow. Let me see.
That ticker is so bad, bro.
And it's cool they're sponsoring the UFC. Like, I love it. We actually went to we went to a fight with VeChain. So here it is right here.
Look at that shit. You see, what is it, about 2023, between 2023 and 2024? That's where I bought in. In 2023 and 2024, I was like, man, VeChain dump, I'm gonna buy the shit out of it. Dude, it's literally at the same price I bought it.
But peeps, like, look at this. This is another one.
Yeah.
Similar to like Pulse Chain. Look at that. Dumped. And then just like, lower lows. And then look. Boom. And this is it, man. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 laws of meme coins. Man. And that's in 2021. But look at that. April.
My bro.
Had a massive run up.
Dude, that VeChain and Crow, they ran like literally almost the same, bro. It was beautiful. And it's like, after I sold my VeChain and my Crow, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy back in.
Let's see what Crow did against VeChain.
Yeah, well, fucking Crow went up 40 cents, bro. Shit.
Cronos. Crow USD. Oh no, that's not it. Here, let me go here.
Yeah, pull it up, man. Fuck. And I recently sold on Crow again, bro. Like, after I bought at 5 cents and it went to almost 40, I was like, you know what? This is good enough for me. I'm good.
Is this the right chart?
See that last candle, bro? that was my freedom candle right there, bro.
Right there, bro. Beautiful.
No, look at that big one. Look at that big one. The other one in 2021.
Oh yeah.
That candle was a candle that retired me.
And look at that. That's a 1 month candle, peeps.
Yeah.
That thing went from 100 and this is percentages too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me get the
right. I think it was like 8 or 9 cents, and it went straight to almost $1. So it was crazy, bro. That was a candle that retired me. I was sad because like I made a few $100K, which is actually a lot of money now that I think about it. But back then, some of my buddies were already like breaking, 7 figures. And I was like, man, fucking Crow, I believe in you, you piece of shit. I was so sad because it was like the last one to run, right?
Yeah.
It ran, bro. It was epic. It was fucking epic. And then recently it dumped down to like 5 cents, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it again. And I bought it again. And then on the last run, I was like, yep, 40 cents is good. I'm happy.
So where did it go up to? Almost $1?
Almost $1. Like 95, 96
93 cents. It shows right here.
Yeah.
So that candle,
dude. I bought it in 2018, Crow, and I bought $40,000.
350% in 1 month.
Yeah, but what
Look
was
at that.
crazy, it launched under a penny, and that's where I bought it back in December of 2018. I cashed my 401k, bro, and I threw it all in Crow, like the whole thing. It was like almost 40 grand. Boom, the whole thing, all in. I was so broke when I went all in on Crow. Like I was broke. Like I cashed all my money. I didn't care. I was like, fuck that, all in, all in. So I went all in on Crow, and you know why I went all in on Crow? Because it was crypto.com. I was like, dude, if there's
a no-brainer.
it's a no-brainer. So all my money went in there and it paid off. Turn that, I think it was a little over 30K. Turn it into $3 million. But it took from 2018 to 2021.
30 million?
No, 3 million.
Oh, I was like, shit.
I wish it was 30 million. Fuck, man. I might have fully retired at that point.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Still, man, those are the come ups, and right, it was right at the end of the bull market, right?
Right there. Bro, as soon as it touched 90 cents, I was like, thank you, God. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm not gonna be greedy. Because people were saying it was gonna go to $2-3. Like the bull market was like, we're going at $3. I'm like, fuck you guys. You guys can go to $3 without me. I'm good.
Yeah,
right?
That was smart.
Yeah. So usually if people say a price target, I usually subtract it by like 66%, and that's what I focus on. So if somebody's saying like 300,000, I'm like, well, I'm gonna focus on 110, 120, 150 at most, just to play it safe, because they always tell you those big numbers so you hold longer than they do.
Oh,
and then they keep the fuck on you.
Yup. At the end of the day, you got to have a game plan, man. If you have that game plan and you're like, all right, I'm going to, like, what's the worst case scenario if this goes up to? Okay, I'm going to take some profit there. I'll be happy with that. What's higher than I could ever imagine? Leave a moon bag for that. Like, that's kind of what's helped me get a game plan. But it's like with you with VeChain and with me with Pulse Chain, it's like I can't execute any game plan until we start moving up at least a little.
I've been holding VeChain since 2022. I'm like, I'm just holding it, and I bought 5 million VeChains, bro, because we were thinking it was going to go to $1. So I bought 5 million VeChains, and I'm thinking like, this shit's going to $1. That's $5 million. I'll take it. If it only goes to 50 cents, that's 2.5 million. I'll take it, right? But the shit's still at a penny. It doesn't move. I feel like you feel with Pulse Chain. Like, where's my money?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, what's VeChain doing? I mean, they're still sponsoring the UFC.
Dude, everybody knows about VeChain. And you know what's crazy? They partner up with Crypto.com. Literally, like, when Crypto.com, before it partner up with the Trump, business, they partner up with VeChain. So after Crow Pump, I was like, you know what? Fucking VeChain is next. So I'm here waiting, all excited, and then the shit dumps even more. I was so mad, bro.
It's so frustrating, bro. When it's making those lower lows, you're like, what?
So the bull run, sir.
Wow.
It's the bull run.
That thing went all the way down to,
bro. I went under a penny. I was down 70% on my back in the bull run in a top 50.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me that's not crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ranked number 85. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we haven't seen altcoins make their run where everything goes. These layer ones, you've seen BNB smashing it, Solana, Tron. Tron's been consistently, like, if you look at the Tron chart, Tron has been just silently mooning.
Yeah, they're doing great. And he just recently bought a coin, added to his portfolio, so they think that coin's gonna run. That's gonna be the next runner. The name of the coin here, I got it right here. It's called Aries. Have you heard of Aries?
I've heard
So
of it. Yeah.
so he added Aries to his. He bought it with his own money. Added to his wallet. He bought like 7-8K of it.
Yeah.
So they're thinking the Aries might be the next big runner in Tron, and I'm like,
See, look at this Tron chart, bro. Nobody really talks about this, but like, look at this thing.
yeah, it makes no sense why they don't talk about it. They're just fucking
Like, it's just silently mooning. This is like the Asian cabal is smashing it.
they're killing it, bro.
So
And they're quiet about it. Like they're not loud like we are. They're just quiet pumping.
Mm-hmm.
Like we see Solana pump. Oh my god, guys! Solana, the trenches.
Solana summer.
You know what I mean? We're fucking in Hollywood news. You saw what happened with the boys in the Hollywood sign getting arrested, all kinds of crazy shit, and Tron's just quiet. Nothing.
Yep.
You just got Elon talking about Tron all fucking day.
And
Tron
when you and when you did hear about Tron, that was one of like the tops. Remember when that coin came out, and like I even bridged over, caught a couple games. Yep. But usually, like when you hear that, everybody talking about it,
it's late. It's over.
It's late. You're late, bro. So you're not late to V Chain, and you're not late to Pulse Chain. So.
No, those are the bottom, guys. Those are the bottom. Shit, man. Well, Ian, look, man, we had almost 3,000 viewers today, bro. It was
nice,
a good
bro.
show, man. Like, see, this is why I created the Crow Show, because of days like today. Nobody knew all that story from you. Nobody. Mm-hmm. And now it's recorded. They can always go back and listen to it again. Be like, ah. So when they feel like they're having a shitty day, they should go listen to Ian's life.
Yeah.
And be like, you want to know shitty, you go listen to Ian's life. And then look at the video and look at that belt hanging on the fucking wall. Like, these are the stories that inspire the everyday person, you know, the struggles with basic things, like stuff that shouldn't even bother you, but it lets them, you know, they allow that stuff to bother them. So all I can say, man, Ian, you really inspire a lot of people today. And, you know, you might even give Pulse Chain a pump today. I'm telling you, it might even happen. Like, I'm probably going to buy a bag of Pulse Chain. Fuck, I don't even know how to buy a Pulse Chain.
Just bridge over pulsechain.com, bro. It's all there. You can bridge. You can bridge. You can bridge from any chain. So there you go. Yeah, man. I mean, look, man. I was told I was too far gone, too much of a drug addict, too old. Yeah. Whether people say you're too young, this and that. Trust me, if you give your life to the Lord, man, He will always take you back, and you can do amazing things with Him. All things are possible, and He will lead your path. And man, you just got to keep taking one step at a time. Every step of faith is going to feel like the hardest. You just got to keep stepping forward. And I promise you, the hardest times are usually the times right before a breakthrough. And that's when most people give up. So if you're going through it, man, there's probably a breakthrough coming, and you just got to keep grinding, keep trusting, keep the faith. And man, anything can happen, and you're not too late. You're not too late in your life. Trust me. If you're still breathing a breath, you still have time. So, dude,
I fucking love it, bro. It always feels like the people like us that have some fucked up backstories are the ones that always make it to the top. And I think a lot of it is because of how fucked up the backstory is. You know what I mean? Like when I went to jail because my ex-wife stabbed me.
Jeez.
I was fucking bleeding to death. Like, she punctured my lung. You know what I mean? I drove myself to the hospital. I was like all bloody and shit. Like, I was gushing blood, bro. Like, I was shirtless. I was bleeding. I was missing a lung. I'm driving to the fucking ER in a town that I don't even know, because we just barely moved to New Mexico because her family was from New Mexico. So I didn't even know where the fucking hospital was. And we didn't even have GPSs back then. So I'm driving around town bloody as fuck trying to find the hospital, right? Yeah. And then when I finally find the hospital, I go in there and they see me. I'm just, dude, all I got is gym shorts. That's all I have, and a phone in my pocket. That's all I have. So they take me into the ER right away. They blow up my lung back up so I can breathe again. They do like bunch of stitches, dude. I even got the mark right there. You see that?
Wow.
Right there. Look at that big ass stab, bro.
Dude,
look at that fucking thing.
Was that
Look
like
at that.
was that an
Boom.
overhand or like
It was
like
an overhand, bro. It was,
it
an
was
overhand.
this one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And you know what happened is the police came after I got soaked because they reported it, right? There's some bloody ass guy in the ER. He got a stab wound. We don't know what happened. And the police come, and you know what happened. I said nothing, right? You know how we are. We never talk.
Yeah.
Us, man, that's how we are, bro. We
You don't
shut
know
the fuck
nothing
up.
about nothing.
I say nothing. And you know what happened? They went and they figured it out and they talked to her. And guess what she said? It was self-defense. So they came back and arrested me for aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, what weapon? An iPad. Because she said I smacked her in the head with an iPad. And they arrested me, bro. I was locked up for over a year trying to prove my innocency. And then when I walked away, see, and I'm an immigrant, right? My mom brought me here to the U.S. when I was a little kid, so they were threatened to take my citizenship away, right? So they actually shipped me after I was in the fucking in the jail. They shipped me to an immigration camp because they first I had to prove my innocency in the fucking jail. So then after I proved that I didn't do anything, they shipped me over to the immigration camp. So I was there for another 6 months in a fucking immigration camp, right?
Jeez.
They were threatening to send me back to Mexico without my citizenship. They were trying to take it away. And I'm like, what? Why are you guys doing this? Like, I literally proved that I was innocent. I did nothing wrong. And then after fighting my court case by myself, that I had to study a fucking lawyer book by myself, right? I'm at the library starting law. I'm like learning this law shit. What I need to do to fix my life, right? I'm like, I'm like reading, trying to figure out what to do. And then I go to court and I'm like, this, and this, and this, and there's no evidence, blah, blah, blah. And the judge like, what do you do for a living, Pablo? I'm like, I'm a welder. Oh, well, I have a problem with my muffler. That's what the judge said. So he started telling me about his muffler problem. So I told him how to fix it. And then he's like, you know what? I like you. I'm going to let you go. And he fucking just puts a bail on me for $4,000. He says, you pay $4,000, you can leave right now.
Wow.
So I call my mom, like, Mom, I don't know how much money I have in the real life. I've been locked up for like 16, 17 months. Loan me $4,000, right?
Yeah.
And she does. She loans me $4,000. Dude, they give me a bloody shirt to leave. The same shirt, like they gave me a shirt in jail that was bloody, and I was able to take that with me when I left the jail to the immigration camp. So they released me, dude. I was barefooted in fucking Texas, El Paso, Texas. I was barefooted. I had a bloody ass shirt, and I didn't even have any money. So I had my phone in my pocket, and I'm walking down the street trying to figure out where the fuck to go, all bloody, right? So I call my mom again on collect. Mom, I got out, but I don't know what the fuck to do because I'm just here in El Paso. I never been to Texas. I don't know what to do. So she's like, I'm gonna pay for your greenhound so you can come back to Utah. All right, cool. So I get on the fucking bus, and as I'm leaving Texas, immigration pulls the bus over. I'm like, oh fucking hell, here we go again, right? Here we go again. And they check everything, like, oh, okay, you're good to go. And I come back to Utah, and guess what? My ex-wife reached out to me like, oh, we should work things out. Like, oh, fuck you.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck you. We ain't fixing nothing. You crazy? Hell no. But yeah, there was so many stories with her that just fucking went crazy. Like if anybody ever wants to go watch it, I actually have my backstory on my YouTube at Pablo Crow. And I tell the whole fucking story, and it's crazy. Wow. And I tell this, I wanted to say this with you here because I want people to know that, like, it doesn't matter what you go through. Like, the outcome of your future doesn't determine your past doesn't determine your future. You know, you can have a shitty life, you can have drugs like you did, you can go through a lot of crazy shit, you can almost die multiple times, and you can still come on top because the sun rises every fucking day, and you start fresh every day.
Yup.
And that's why we're here, bro, because we never fucking quit, no matter what happens in our lives.
Absolutely, man. Cool,
Man, what a show, bro.
Yes, sir, bro. Well, man, thank you for having me on your show. Guys, make sure you check out BKFC Ice Wars' bare knuckle hockey fights. It's taking over combat sports. It's so action-packed.
Bare knuckle, bro.
Bare knuckle hockey fights. So much violence, and it's just a fun, action-packed show. As well, man, I'm getting ready to sign a deal to do a docu-series about my life. And if you want to check out more of the story, it's on YouTube with the Soft White Underbelly. That's got like 500,000 views. So check that out. Pablo, thank you, bro. Let's cook on some meme coins, bro. I know we're going to be in the trenches together the rest of this bull market. And
I got something cooking. I'll let you know.
All right.
I got something big. I got something big cooking, so I'll let you know.
Yeah, we've got a lot of X's, man. And when you have a dev or when you have somebody that is in the trenches like Pablo, man, he's cooking X's, bro. And there's going to probably be one that's going to drop your jaw like Vault did and go to hundreds of millions. So don't fade it. And the time is right. And thanks again for having me on, bro.
Hey, man, thank you, guys. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on the next show. Peace the fuck out.
The show is gone dark now, the screen is asleep. Another day's battle, a promise to keep. The candles are settled in red and in green. A moment of quiet behind the machine. But out in the silence, a signal ignites beneath all the city's electrical light. We're sending our crypto dreams to the moon. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be there soon. Through the dips and the rises, we're holding the line. These digital futures, we're making them shine. Yeah, we're sending our crypto dreams to the moon. 10 p.m. Eastern, the whispers all start. A million believers, a single beating heart. Connected by wires and faith and a code. We carry the vision, we lighten the load. A message is posted